What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with the Chevy Cavalier, guys. A 1995 Cavalier that I bought for, I don't know, it wasn't a whole lot of money, but I had to ship it from one coast over here, and it ended up costing me, honestly, more than the car is even worth. We bought a whole bunch of parts for it, hoping to put it together and get it done, and quite honestly, guys, I just got through pulling the plugs, checking them. I thought this car had a blown, I was certain this car had a blown head gasket, but after reviewing the spark plugs, I had no visible signs of any coolant in the combustion chambers at all. So I cleaned up the carbon fouled spark plugs and I put them back in, and we're gonna see what happens. Either the car's gonna run or it's not. Either way, I'm selling it. And if you missed yesterday's video, well, check it out, man, because I was out here late last night getting this car put back together. So it is up for sale now at Copart. In fact, I'll put a link to this car down in the description box below for you guys. She cleaned up really nice. We ran an ozone machine on it. It smells nice, runs and drives, well, exactly as you'd expect a 1998 Mitsubishi Eclipse to, with under 100,000 miles. It does have a rebuilt flood title, okay? It's not salvage, it's rebuilt. There's a big difference between the two. A salvage car, you cannot legally drive on the streets. A rebuilt title car, you can. So rebuilt title, good tires, runs and drives great, cold air, convertible top works, all of the windows work. I'll put a link to this below the video. I keep having people asking me about cars that are sitting out here that don't belong to me anymore. What's going on with that Lexus, Randy? What's going on with that Mercedes? What's going on with that Lexus? All of these cars belong to Monkey Wrench Mike, including that Mercedes over there. Now, I've had a lot of you ask me to please fix this car and do the 10-mile drive with it and then get it up for sale. I'm debating that. I haven't decided which way I want to go with it yet. It's got a busted coolant hose, but it's in a really precarious location. It's going to be very difficult to get to that hose and try to patch it, fix it, replace it. And to be honest with you, this car is hail damaged. It's a flood car. This car, in my opinion, it's really not worth more than a parts car. But I mean, if somebody wanted to fix the hose, it could be decent. But seriously, it's just an old G35. It's not in great shape. This one belongs to Nick. Yep, the Saab is still his car. He swears that he's going to keep it, and he loves it. We've got the 66 Impala sitting out here in the sun, basking in the sun today, along with the 57 Chevy. And then we got the Cobra over here. I ozoned the Cobra last night just to get the smell out of it. This car was flooded up to right here, so kind of very wet. We're going to be getting onto the transmission, doing the clutch in this very, very soon. I've also got this one airing out as well. As far as I'm concerned, this car, I think, is done. I don't think there's anything other than just cleaning it out. I ozoned this one yesterday too. This one runs and drives great. I mean, absolutely runs and drives great. In fact, Monkey Wrench Mike and I might take this out to town today. It'd be the first time we've ever taken this car anywhere other than the 10-mile run. And then, you know, we got some of the other usuals hanging out here. The Dale Jr. Monte Carlo SS that I've decided I'm going to go ahead and sell, along with the 2015 EcoBoost Mustang. I'm going to get this one up for sale soon too. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. Each one of these cars, I'll have their own video after they're up and ready to go. But today's video is about the old 1995 Chevrolet Cavalier. I love this little car, man. I really do. What's interesting is it had a misfire. There's a lot of corrosion around the top of the cylinder head, and these engines are notorious for popping head gaskets. So I just assumed, I should never have assumed, what I should have done is rented one of those combustion gas testers, and I should have run a test on it properly. I should have done a compression test as well, but I didn't. I just assumed, because I know these engines so well, I just assumed the head gasket was trashed on it. But when I pulled the spark plugs out, and I did not intend on making this video today. I'm going to tell you right now, I was just trying to rush through this and get this done. So I had no intentions of making a video, but when I pulled the spark plugs and I realized they were dirty, one of them was severely carbon fouled, but there was no sign of coolant on any of the spark plugs. I was like, okay, maybe we ought to make a video on this. I do have new spark plugs. The thing is, I bought a new cylinder head. I bought new head gasket. I bought new lifters. I bought a new belt. I bought new plugs, new wires. I mean, guys, I literally spent a lot of money buying everything that I thought I was going to need for this car, and it may not need it at all. So let's find out by starting it. I do have new plugs. If these ones are just too far gone, I can always throw a new set of plugs. I can even throw a new set of plug wires on it. But the goal is to just try to clean this car up a little bit. Interior is great. Exterior needs a quick wash, but if it runs, and it runs decent... Uh-oh. What's going on? Oh, the alarm. I keep forgetting this has a... There we go. That should do it. I'm going to throw... I sprayed a lot of carb cleaner down the engine just to kind of clean out some of that carbon. There we go. Come on. Give her a minute to... There we go. She'll probably blow a bunch of... Yep, not misfiring anymore. That's it. I'm surprised she's not smoking like a son of a gun, guys, because I dumped quite a bit of carb cleaner down the engine, and I let it soak for a while, trying to clean up some of that carbon that had been built up in there. But as you can see, she runs like a top now. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's a damn good running little car. So nobody's going to be in the market to buy all of those parts, and it's been so long since I bought them. I'm not going to be able to resell them, or be able to send them back to AutoZone. You know what I mean? Their return time frame is over. So, unfortunately, I'm stuck with them. So I figure probably the best thing to do is just send them with the car. That way, if it does end up needing a head gasket, well, then somebody will be able to do it. But it ain't going to be me. It ain't going to be... I had already decided I wasn't going to do the head gasket on this car anyway, before I even realized that I don't think it needed it. Brakes are good. Oh, she's running great. Ooh. You know what? Dang it! Now I want to keep it. Now I want to keep it. It drives straight. It's quiet. It's smooth. It's only got 114,000 miles on it. And if it ever needs a head gasket, guess what? I have one. I have the head gasket, cylinder head. I got everything to put this car together if it ever needs something like that. But as of right now, guys, it does not. It does not. It really, and I even got a new glove box latch. That's why the glove box is hanging open. There's a little catch that the latch there is broken, so I got a new latch for it, and that glove box will close. Oh, we're cruising now, guys. Yeah, we're not an issue. 65 miles an hour, smooth as silk. Temperature's nice and cool. I don't know. You guys want to do the 10-mile run? I don't. Does the air conditioning work in this? Hold on. Let me roll up that window and let's crank on some. Let's crank on some AC. I don't know. Ooh, we had it on heat, and boy, she was warm. Yeah, I don't know if the AC works in this, guys. We kicked it on. We'll see what happens. I don't think it does. What a nimble little car, man. How many of you remember driving one of these and staring at this exact steering wheel? Check engine light came on. I'm not entirely surprised about that. It's a nice day today, though, so air conditioning's not a huge deal. I guess we can go ahead and kick that AC off. She needs a little bath. Listen to it, guys. She's cruising down the road, purring like a kitten. Oh, check engine light went out. Turned itself off. I'm telling you, it was probably pissed off about all of that carb cleaner that I dumped into the engine. I mean, I didn't dump it. I sprayed into each cylinder hole just to kind of loosen up and kind of help get rid of the carbon on the cylinders. I could tell from the spark plugs, this thing was carbon fouled really bad. The reason why, I don't know. Maybe it had a bunch of old gas or bad gas, or maybe it's been sitting a long time. Really don't know. But I can tell you this. Oh, son of a gun. Is that a cop? I'm riding around with no damn plates. I don't even think I have my light. Yeah, I do. I got my license on. Look, you got a sunroof and everything, and it doesn't leak. What a great old car. I really don't know what I'm going to ask for it. It's not going to be much, guys. I know that the car is not worth that much, but it is a solid old ride, man. I'm thinking I'm going to put it up with a buy it now of $2,500, $2,499. I'll do something crazy like $2,499, and we'll just let it go. And in the trunk, I will include every part that I have for this car: new plugs, new wires, cylinder head, lifters, a new serpentine belt, a new PCV valve. I mean, I bought everything to put this car back together once you had that cylinder head off. New valve cover gaskets, of course, intake gaskets, all that good stuff. New head gasket, all the good stuff, guys. Check engine light came back on, so it's an intermittent check engine light. We're now doing 65. We're pushing 70. Temperature's still nice and cool. It's running great. It's a beautiful car inside and out, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and do the 10-mile run. Might as well, just to make sure before I list it that there's no problems. And then we're going to take it back to the house. We'll give it just a quick wash, and I'll get some pictures of it. We'll get it listed up for sale. Guess what? We made it to the 5-mile mark, the halfway point. Hell, I might just go ahead and take the pictures here. I don't know. She's still running like a top, man. She sounds good. she sounds really good. You just have to remember, if you buy this car, you have to turn the alarm off, or she ain't gonna be happy. She's not gonna start. It's got an immobilizer. I mean, everything under here looks good. I do hear maybe a lifter tick. Yeah, dang, guys, she actually runs. Good pressure on the cooling system, too. She actually runs really well. And yes, that pickup truck, still sitting there months later. It's got tires that are like brand new. Super smooth riding car. Let me get buckled up, guys. Let's get her back to the house. Guys, look at this. I didn't even realize it, but I'm going almost 80. And check engine light came back on again. I'll bet it's probably a slight vacuum leak. This thing just, it's impressive. It's impressive. It's a peppy little car too. Just a little 2.2 liter 4-cylinder, old school overhead valve engine. It's geared right because it's a decently peppy little car, and she'll get up and go. Fuel economy's always been great on these. It's the right color, this turquoise color, absolutely beautiful. And the seats, just those classic designs from the 90s, man. I absolutely love this car. And even though it's running and driving exactly like it should, I'm still going to get rid of it. I have to. This car, I've had this thing for almost 6 months, and it has been sitting in the dirt that long. Sitting in the grass, sinking into the ground for 6 months. That's not acceptable. I'm not okay with it. I don't think a lot of you guys are okay with it. And even if I go through and do all the work, by the way, the brakes are great. And we could change the head gasket and everything just, for good measure. But even if I did all that, I still can't keep the car. I can't do it. It's just going to sit. My goal is to find a few cars that I really enjoy and keep them. That's what I want. I want to keep a select few cars. The rest of them, they're going to come in and they're going to go out. That's just the way it is. Video content, one and done, move them along down the road. But in case you guys were wondering if it was going to make the 10 miles, obviously not a problem. Temperature gauge is still right where it should be. And yeah, the old school Delco radio works.
December 21st, 1945.
I mean, and the brakes are really good on this. It is hard to fault this little car, man. So I'm gonna grab the water hose. Let's see if I can fit back through here without taking out one of my doors. I'm gonna get over here in the shade a little bit, and I'm just gonna kind of spray this thing down, give it a quick wash, and I think it's gonna be time to send her down the road, guys. Now, one of the things I really dislike about this car is the alarm will go off. So the car it's not locked. I left it unlocked, but it doesn't matter because as soon as you open the door, It's like after the car's been shut off for any length of time, if you open the door, the alarm starts going off. See the lights flashing? So to turn the alarm off, it's the right button. And then it should start right up. I don't know. I think it came out good though. I got the bucket out. I'm gonna go ahead and wash the Monte Carlo. I'm gonna wash the Mustang while I'm out here. We're gonna go check on Monkey Wrench Mike and just go see what he's up to. And then you got this little light that flashes over here. It should, yeah, fire right up. I'd like to get this closed for now. I think she's ready for pictures, guys, but I guess first I might as well clean up the other two cars. It's a beautiful day today, man. It's a perfect day to be out here working on old cars. All right. Took me a little while, but we got her cleaned up. I took her on another probably 5 miles or so. I had her sitting idling for a while. Everything's looking good. I got all the pictures taken. It's uploaded to Coparts. This car right now is up for sale. I've got it up. I'm asking $24.99, and I know there's no way that's ever going to happen, but you don't know if you don't try, right? I think $2,500 isn't a bad price for, oh, who is here? How's it going? There's always somebody showing up here wanting to chit chat, and it makes it hard to get videos done anymore. I'm telling you, man, I get people stopping by all the time, and I love meeting people. I love talking to people. That wasn't a subscriber. He's an older guy named Gary. He was trying to buy the 57 Chevy, and I was like, nah. I told him, he said he's got a grandson coming up on 16 years old, wanted to know if I had anything, and I said, nah. I told him I don't sell to the public. I'm a wholesale dealer. So you can look, but I can't sell them to you. So anyway, here we go. The 95 Cavalier. Well, guys, as far as I'm concerned, it's done. And if you got any of these cars that you're interested in, like I've got the 2004 Monte Carlo. This one is now up for sale. I'll do a separate video on this in the future, probably here really soon. But the lot number is 471-22225. For the Monte Carlo Dale Jr. Edition. And then I've got the 98 Mitsubishi Eclipse. That one is stock number 470-90225. Again, I'll put a link below this video to that one as well. And then, of course, the 95 Cavalier, which for some reason the picture isn't showing up, but I took the pictures. I think I took pretty good pictures, too. That one is 471-29565. So there you go on those three, man. I'm excited. I'm excited because it's time to roll a lot of these out. This one, I haven't actually heard from the guy in a while, so I hope everything is okay, but this one should be out of here. The goal is to kind of thin the herd out here, man. It's getting way too crowded. I'm going to work with Monkey Wrench Mike. We're going to move a few of his cars out of here, and that one hopefully will be gone soon. This one right here, I need to just get rid of this, but I got to do a video on it. We got to see if it drives. I'm not feeling very confident about this one, and I am going to get rid of it. It's going to be a parts car. I had a guy email me the other day. He wanted to come out here and buy it and rebuild it like out here, and I was like, you're not. I told him, I said, look, man, it's a parts car. You know what I mean? The roof is completely caved in. This thing was rolled. All right, it was in a wreck, and then you can tell that it rolled because this entire side is crushed. The mirror's crushed, the doors are caved in, the roof is caved in. So, I mean, this thing rolled hard. It's caved in over here, too. This is good for interior parts, driver's side body parts, hopefully the engine and transmission. The tires are like brand new. Aside from that, and we don't even know for sure that it runs and drives. It says it does, but we don't know that. So stay tuned. That one I'm ready to get out of here. This one I'm getting ready to do a video on right now, and I'm going to get this thing listed up for sale as well. So I got a busy day ahead of me. But before we go, why don't we go check on old Monkey Wrench Mike? Let's just see how he's doing. He's in the garage. It's like 80 degrees today or something, guys. It's warm. I finally had to turn the air conditioner on in the house, and I think the shop is probably still cool enough we don't need AC. Oh, he hasn't moved since I left him half an hour ago. He's still sitting there. I thought you were working today. You drove all the way from Tulsa to come down here and sit in a chair and play on a tablet. What do you?
Nice afternoon.
Do I want to know what you're looking at on the tablet there?
VIN code.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
Nothing sexy. I've tried everything. This is a whole nother scanner.
Is that the one from the guy, or no? That's a different one of yours.
A different one of mine. So under Maserati, no can do, not even an option. Under Chrysler, you can, but then it says the ECU is not supported. You can get to the point where you put in the VIN number, and then yeah.
Are you listing it as like a Chrysler 300?
Yeah.
Oh shoot.
That's the only way you can get that special function button.
Right.
And then you can change the VIN. You can put it in, but then it said this function isn't supported.
Have you tried my scanner?
Not yet. That's my next move.
Here, I thought you're just sitting here. You got your. Is that your Coca-Cola Classic?
It looks like Coca-Cola.
I knew you were a drinker.
I look like a drinker.
He's sitting here getting lit.
Yeah. This is making me mad.
So what you're trying to say is here soon you're going to have a video of the Maserati where nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Perfect.
That's what I'm
That's
specializing
on par with your
my channel, my life.
No, not your channel, just recent. Your recent events have been
yes.
Well,
stellar.
We need to get somebody. This video comes out tomorrow. Can you believe it? I'm actually filming videos when
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My subscribers seem to like it more because it's real time. You get real time updates. So,
yeah. Okay.
If anybody out there, I don't care if you're in California, would you be willing to come out here and help us with this?
I got the second key programmed.
Okay.
So we have 2 keys.
Okay. But neither one of them will start it.
No.
So there's a VIN mismatch. The problem that we've run into with this is the RF hub, which sits back here. It has the original VIN number to the car, whereas every other computer on this car, the body control module, the engine computer, transmission computer, those all have VIN numbers from a car that they all came from. So all the VIN numbers match except for the RF hub. That's the only control module that has a different VIN number, and because of the VIN mismatch, it will not start. You can crank it, and it was so rude of the car. It let us start it 5 times.
I know.
And then it locks itself forever.
What a tease.
5 times. You cannot. Have you tried starting it?
Yeah.
And it just sits there and cranks. Yeah.
I can make it, unlock, lock and unlock and everything, but
it cranks, but it will not start. Yeah. Well, if anybody has any information, if you have a tool, how about that? If you have a tool that you would let us borrow, we'll pay for shipping. We'll obviously ship it back. We'll pay you. Are you willing?
Give you a duck.
I'll a duck. We'll ship you a duck back. Like, we would give anything if somebody could just give us a hand with this, because this is outside of both of our scopes, man.
It's just the VIN.
It's just
we
the VIN.
Past that.
Yeah.
Everything is fine.
It's just a VIN mismatch. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, just take it to the dealer. And you could, but can you imagine? I mean, I've got some connections over at David Stanley.
Yeah.
I promise you, if they saw this car, they would run away from it.
Of course they would.
I mean, what dealership is going to look at this thing with wires? It's salt water. No dealer is going to want the liability associated with this car.
Yep.
Nobody's going to touch it. Which leaves us in a really bad spot because we don't have the tools or the knowledge, but we got it running. We did. We got it running. We just need somebody to help us. So if you can help us, what's your email?
Monkey Wrench Mike 123.
You're
Gmail.
kidding me.
It is.
That's really it?
Someone had Monkey Wrench Mike. Believe it or not. Somebody had Monkey Wrench Mike, so I had to add 123.
Monkey Wrench Mike 123 at gmail.com.
Yes.
Shoot him an email, please. We're desperate.
Yeah.
We're desperate because we know it runs. Now all we got to do is see if we can't figure out if it moves.
Right.
We just want to put it in gear and see what happens.
You just want it off of out of
No,
the
it's
right in the middle of everything.
It's perfectly fine. Hey, how about all those tornadoes and stuff we're supposed to get next week?
What? Are we?
You didn't? Yeah, we're supposed to get hail, and it's supposed to be a horrible. Let me tell you something. If the weather comes, this thing's going in the street. I'm going to put it on those. I'm going to put it on those casters, and I'm pushing it out the door, and then we'll figure out how to get it back in the garage.
Gosh.
No, but anyway, if you guys can help, please shoot Monkey Wrench Mike an email. You closed the trunk.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have to climb in?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Well, I thought if I had everything closed, it would help.
Oh.
You know. But then, of course, I didn't get the hood closed. But it's a mess.
Oh, well. Well, that's the end of my video. If you don't know who Monkey Wrench Mike is, you should probably go check him out because he's got great videos on cars just like this. Saltwater flooded Maseratis that were... Where do we think the water was? About here? So it was... Yeah, it was definitely over the dashboard. So go check his channel out. I'll put a link below this video. And don't forget, I'm going to put a link to each car that I showed you in this video down below as well. So if you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.